Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Bansal Biology. In today's video, we are going to learn about how to solve the pedigree problems in just 30 seconds. In just very less amount of time, we will be able to solve the pedigree questions by just applying 2 to 3 tips. So let's get started with the video. So guys, whenever the pedigree is given to you, you have to first see that the pedigree is dominant or recessive. And when you find out this thing, 50% of problem of yours has been solved. So for this, finding out that the pedigree is dominant or recessive, you just have to look at two simple steps. Yes guys, just two simple steps. The first step is skip of generation. If there is any kind of skip of generation, that is any generation, in any generation the human is not affected. For example, in this pedigree, you can see that in the first generation, the female is affected. In second generation, no individual is affected, while in the third generation, one male is affected. So here the second generation is showing the skip of generation thing. So from here you can find out that the pedigree is recessive. Yes guys, that the pedigree is recessive. From just seeing that the skip of generation is occurring, you can tell that the pedigree is recessive. More thing that you have to see, that in this case you will say that ma'am, there is no skip of generation, as in the first generation there are affected individual, in second generation also there are affected individuals are present, and in third generation also there are affected individual present. So is it recessive or is it dominant case? So for this I will tell you a simple thing. For that, here you can see that the third ninth, that this son is affected, while his parents are not affected. This third and fourth are not affected. So here also the skip of generation is occurring. Yes, here also the skip of generation is occurring. If the offsprings are affected, and the parents are not affected, then also will say that it is a skip of generation. It is what? It is skip of generation. So here also the condition is recessive condition. Please clear that point, that it is not necessary that the whole second generation or whole first generation need to be without any disease. It will be like one parent is not affected but their kids are affected. Then this condition is also of skip of generation. Okay guys, so this was about the skip of generation recessive. Now let's see that how to find the dominant condition. Let's see about how to find the dominant if the pedigree is dominant. So for that you just have to see that there is no skip of generation occurring. For example, in this pedigree, if we see first generation individuals are also affected, second generation are also affected, third generation are also affected, and fourth generation are also affected. So if there is no skip of generation, in every generation there is an individual infected, then it will be a dominant kind of condition will be there. But for more clarity, if I tell you that, for example, if this second one was affected and in this third one will also affected, but their parents are not at all affected, then this kind of condition will be what? This kind of condition will be recessive. Okay. If there is third, second and third ka third is affected, but third, second ka first and second ka second are not affected. But right now the condition is dominant condition, as in this every stage of the generation is affected. So for dominant you have to must remember that the parents must be affected if offsprings are affected. Here you can say offsprings are affected, parents are also affected. Offspring affected, parents affected. Offspring affected, parents affected. Offsprings affected, parents affected. So if offspring is affected, parents must be affected in the case of dominant. But in the case of recessive, the parents can be affected or the parents can't be affected even if their offsprings are affected. The condition is that if the offspring are affected, the parents can be or can't be affected in the case of recessive, but in dominant it is compulsory. Just remember, it is the compulsion that the parents must be affected if the offsprings are affected. So now if the pedigree is dominant, it can be autosomal or it can be sex linked. Let's first see about that how to find out that the pedigree is sex linked. First of all, you will see the pedigree, and the first golden point that you will see in the pedigree is that if the father is affected, then all his daughter will be affected. Here you can see if the father is affected, all of his daughters are affected. Why is it so? Because daughter gets its one X chromosome from the father. So if father is affected, then obviously all of his daughters are affected. But if father is affected, none of his sons will be affected, because the son gets its Y chromosome from the father, but it gets its X chromosome from the mother. And if the father X is dominant, so there is no role of that X chromosome in the son. So that's why no son will be affected if the father is affected. The next golden point is that if the son is affected, his mother must be affected. That if a son is affected, then his mother must be affected. Why is it so? Because he gets its X chromosome from the mother. So these are the three golden points to solve the sex-linked dominant condition. So if you know that this condition is sex-linked, then you will mark it, and if it is not sex-linked, then obviously it will be autosomal dominant. Want to see that it is autosomal dominant, then what you can apply is that if father is affected, then both his son and daughter will be affected in the case of autosomal. In X-linked, what happens? If the father is affected, only daughters are affected. But in autosomal, what will occur? That if father is affected, both his son and his daughter will be affected. That's the difference between autosomal and sex-linked. So from applying these points, you will obviously come to know that it is dominant sex-linked or it is dominant autosomal. Here you can see once again that if the father is affected, both son and daughter is affected, and here also if father is affected, both son and daughters are affected. Next is if the condition is recessive condition and X-linked condition. So how to find out that? For that, the first golden point is that males are more affected than females. Why is it so? Because males only have one X chromosome and females have two X chromosome. So even if it contains a one recessive X chromosome, then it will be a carrier. But in this case, males cannot be a carrier because males contains only one X chromosome. So if this chromosome is present in males, then the males are diseased. That's why males are more affected than the females. Next golden point is that mother is affected, then all her sons will be affected. If the mother is affected, then all of her sons will be affected. Why is it so? If we see that this mother is affected and it crossed with the father, then if we see that this XCY and this XCY, in both these conditions the sons are affected if the mother is affected. This is the first golden point. And the second is if daughter can be affected only when father is affected and mother is affected or carrier. Daughter can only be affected if the mother is affected and the father is affected or mother is carrier. Okay, so if we see in this condition that this mother is carrier and it crossed with the deceased father, then in this condition only the daughter can be a carrier. So for recessive X-linked, what you have to see is that if a father is affected and the mother is carrier, then what will happen? Their daughter will be affected, and if the daughter is affected, then 100% her son will be affected. So by seeing this simple thing, you can find out that the recessive condition is present and it is sex linked. Okay. The next point is if son is affected, then mother is a carrier or affected. If son is affected, then mother is a carrier or affected. Obviously, if the mother contains a recessive chromosome, then only it will be able to pass it to the son and the son can get the disease. So from these golden points, you can find out that the recessive X-linked condition is present. So now let's see for the recessive autosomal condition. For recessive autosomal condition, offspring will be affected only when both parents have recessive allele, that the parents are carrier or the parents are infected. For example, in this case, the mother is infected or the mother is the infected and the father is carrier. Then only their children or their son got this disease. While in this condition, what happened that the father was diseased, but the mother was neither carrier nor she was infected. That's why none of her kids or none of their kids got the disease. Why is it so? Because they all became heterozygous. So if the children has to be affected, then both the parents must be carrier or they must be infected, either of the case. And if both parents are affected, all children are affected. Like here you can see, if both parents are affected, then all children will be affected. Almost equal number of males and females affected will occur because it is not sex linked, it is autosomal. So there is no difference of XX and XY. Both will contain AA. So if male and female will be affected in equal amount. And for Y-linked inheritance, what is the case? It is the easiest one. Only males are getting affected. Affected father will have affected son. So here if the only males are affected, you will come to know that yes, it is a Y-linked condition. So this is some simple tips. Now let's apply them on previous year question. So now if we see about the previous year question, that is of 2015, the question is saying that the human pedigree is given and the filled symbols represent the affected individuals. We have to identify the given pedigree. So first of all, what we will do, we will see that the skip of generation is occurring or it is not occurring, to see that the trait is dominant or it is recessive. So if we see in the first case, the father is affected. In the second case, the daughter is affected and the son is affected. In this, the daughter when married with a male, their kids are not affected. But when this daughter is married with a male, then their son is affected. And I have said that if offsprings are affected, then it is a compulsion that the parents must be affected for dominant trait. Parents or father or mother should be affected for the dominant trait. So from here we come to know that this is not a dominant trait. This is what? This is a recessive condition. Okay. So now we will skip this B and C option because it is a recessive case. Now out of autosomal and X-linked, what is it? Let's see. First we'll see that X-linked recessive trait. Will apply the X-linked recessive trait. So what I have said that if the daughter is affected, then it is compulsion that her father must be affected. So this is true. But if the mother is affected, then it is compulsion that her son must be affected. It is a compulsion that her son must be affected. If we see in this condition, XC, X is crossed with XY. C is showing that it is a recessive condition. When these two are crossed, then what will occur? If two sons are occurring, both will have the disease. But in this condition, the son is what? Normal. So from here we come to know that X-linked condition is not there, but autosomal condition is present. Okay, here why it is autosomal? Because here the female son is not affected, but the female is affected. So from here we come to know that it is what? It is autosomal recessive condition. If you want, we can apply it also, that it is, if we see that it is small a, it is capital A, small a. It is crossed, then it will be small a, it will be capital A and small a. It will be small a, and it will be capital A, capital A. Let's skip this part because this is important for right now. So from this, it will be obviously capital A, then only these are capital A, small a and capital A, small a. From here, the father is capital A, small a, and both the sons are small a, small a. So from here also we'll come to know that A option is correct. So what is this? Autosomal recessive condition. From just simple 2-3 steps, we come to know that yes, option A is correct. For this all I have done just for proofreading. If you have time, you can do that. If you don't have time, then you don't need to do this, because these 2-3 steps that I have said, that it is dominant or recessive, you can see about by the skip of these steps, and after that you have to just apply some of the steps that I have told you in X-linked recessive, and you will come to know about the answer. Next question is from the year 2019. What this question is saying, same, the pedigree chart is given, what does it show? Okay, so once again we'll see that it is skip of generation is occurring or not occurring. So here we'll say in the first step we'll come to know that the father and mother are not affected, and in second generation their daughter and sons are affected. So it is not skip of generation, it is skip of generation. So what it will be? It will be recessive trait. Okay, so now either it will be X-linked or it will be what? It will be autosomal. So let's see, I have said that, let's apply first X-linked. So I have said that if the daughter is affected, then it's compulsion that her dad must be affected. But this is not the condition. So X-linked recessive is not there. What it is? It is autosomal. It is autosomal recessive. This condition is autosomal recessive. So let's see the option. First option is inheritance of a condition like phenylketonuria as an autosomal recessive trait. That it is an autosomal recessive trait and the disease is phenylketonuria. This option is totally correct. Second option is the pedigree chart is wrong, as this is not possible. Wrong. Inheritance of a recessive sex-linked, wrong. Inheritance of a sex-linked, wrong, because it is autosomal recessive. So option A is correct. Thus you must know that phenylketonuria is a autosomal recessive trait for solving these kind of questions. So you must know that what is hemophilia, what is color blindness, what is phenylketonuria, it is dominant, it is recessive, it is autosomal. At least the examples that are given in NCERT, you must know them very thoroughly to solve these kind of questions if the questions are given with autosomal recessive and examples. So you must know these kind of disease. This was all about today's video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share this video with all your friends. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye. All the very best for the NEET examination. Thank you so much guys.